Good morning, everyone. I am so thrilled to be hosting this first set of lightning talks today. It is all about embracing your executiveness and making decisions. My name is Marissa Dulaney, and for the final 12 years of my corporate career, I was an executive, ending as a chief experience officer. And before that, clearly, I worked with and for executives. So I got some chops for this talk. And this talk, no matter what level you are at, it is for you. If you're already an executive, if you're an aspiring executive, or you just want to be more effective at your current job, you're going to hear some great tips today. Now, this topic is very near and dear to my heart for a couple of reasons. The first is something that Michael said yesterday. And Michael, I want to thank you for being humble and vulnerable up here. You said yesterday your leaders are scared. And I've been there. And they are looking to all of you, not just their C-suite, not just their board, they are looking to you to bring clarity and go along as a partner in this journey, this crazy journey of building a company. And so this is so critical on how do you actually do that. The second reason this is very personal to me, this topic, is I have mentored and coached many, many people. And usually they come to me, and the first thing they want to know is, Marissa, talk to me about your career path, and how did you get where you are? And if they report into me, they say, and how do I get promoted? And really what I kind of just want to tell them, despite the rubrics and the career ladders, is you just got to make it happen. Like, embrace that executiveness, be a leader, make decisions, just do it. And that's like the worst advice when someone's coming to you asking you, how do I get promoted? So I'm so thrilled to have 3 speakers up here today who are gonna actually tell you some ways that you can actually just do it and not just wear Nike sneakers. So in these 3 talks, you're gonna hear some decisions, some frameworks, really practical things that if it relates to your current job, you can take out and implement right away. But what I really want you to pay attention to is the thread underneath, okay? I want you to see how each of these speakers identified a gap and framed a problem themselves. When you're an executive, nobody tells you the problems you need to solve or the decisions you need to make. You gotta figure it out. Then I want you to pay attention to how they actually made a decision. No matter what your level is, yes, sometimes you have to get things signed off. Even the CEO reports to a board. But I guarantee you, you can make more decisions yourself than you think you can. Kevin said yesterday his team was being challenged to be bold and make decisions. Third, I want you to pay attention to the types of decisions that these speakers make. These are decisions that make themselves, their teams, their companies more efficient, more effective, and more successful. Those are the types of decisions executives are making daily. And finally, I want you to pay attention, like that little card said, about how these people followed through. They didn't just complain, they didn't just have an idea and go to their boss like, we should do this. They executed it. They made it happen and they followed through. So that's gonna be the underlying thread. Now, each of the speakers is going to talk about this at a different scope. So we're gonna get a good breath here. We're gonna start with Danielle Shoshani, who's working at Atlassian. She's gonna talk about this in the scope of research and project-based stuff. She's gonna go through an example of a decision that she made to change the way her previous company, Thumbtack, was doing research in the biggest launch in company history. Then we're gonna have Megan Blocker from JustWorks come up. She's gonna expand that scope. And she's going to talk about how she made decisions around up-leveling cross-functional teams, people who didn't even report to her, so that they can make better decisions for the better of the company. And finally, Christelle Newman is going to come up. She's going to bring that scope inward. She's going to talk about how she makes decisions around her own time, how she saves it and invests it, reinvests the time that she saves to make herself more efficient and effective and, frankly, happier. And this is something you can all adopt for yourself as well as bring back to your teams. So with that, these 3 speakers are going to come up, and I want you to pay attention again to that underlying thread, identify gaps, make the right kinds of decisions, follow through. And when you leave here today, I'm hoping you will all embrace that executive that is living inside of you. So Danielle, why don't you get us started?